Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to go over the first two episodes of the new Walking Dead series, Tales of the Walking Dead. We saw a trailer that got released from Comic-Con about almost a month ago at this point. And so there were a lot of positive and negative reviews. People didn't really know what to make of it. But I got the chance to watch the first two episodes. If you have the AMC Plus subscription, you can watch those first two episodes ahead of a lot of people. So I'm going to be going over those today. So if you have not seen those yet, spoilers. So beware of that. And let's just get right into it. The first episode is about two characters, Joe and Evie, played by Terry Crews and Olivia Munn. Terry Crews' character Joe, he is just a lone survivor. This is well into the apocalypse. It shows him how he survived in the apocalypse. He has a bunker. He is a doomsday prepper, and it just kind of every day is the same for him. He is just hanging out with his dog, eating his rations of food, and watching old football games. And it's just kind of that same thing over and over and over until one day, unfortunately, he goes out and the only companion he has, which is his dog, gets killed by walkers. And he kind of doesn't know what to do with himself. It's revealed that he talked to another fellow prepper before the world went to crap. It's revealed that it was a woman, that they kind of got to know each other over the internet and everything. And so he decides there's no reason for him to stay in this bunker anymore after his only friend is killed. And so he takes it upon himself. He leaves this bunker and goes on this trip to find this woman who he hopes is still alive, because like I said, she is a fellow prepper. And let him know that she did also have a bunker, and she he's hoping that she did take cover in it after the world went to crap. So he's going to go on this trip to go find her. And along the way, he actually gets himself into a little bit of a mess. He falls into a trap set by Olivia Munn's character, Evie, and she, unbeknownst to him, takes him hostage with an empty gun. And so she kind of uses him to get where she wants to be, which is to find her ex-husband, and hoping that he's still alive and everything. So they're on this trip where they end up where their destinations are very close to each other. So, but along the way, his bike gets stolen, and he discovers that she has been carrying an empty gun this whole time. So they kind of naturally get into it, and they say some harsh things back and forth to each other, and they part ways. He does end up finding this other prepper, who turns out to be a complete fucking nut job. And so she has had a bad run of it. She actually probably was a decent person in the beginning, but she kept running into people that discovered her bunker and were just trying to take it from her. So she just kind of lost her shit after that. And so she actually more or less poisons Joe with a edible pot brownie. And he's this kind of straight edge guy who's never done it. And with Evie, we discover that she is a full blown pothead. She loves to smoke weed and everything. But that will kind of play into what I'm going to say next. After Joe gets taken by this woman, he's tied up and hostage and everything. And this woman sees Evie on the her security camera system that she has set up to kind of to view the outside of her bunker and everything. Catches Evie and invites her in and tries to do the same thing to her by giving her a pot brownie. But Evie, being the pothead that she is, it has little to no effect on her. And so she kind of discovers, while this whole time she's been talking to this woman, that she is lying about, seeing Joe, that she actually has him tied up in a back room, and she's trying to play it off like she's never met him. And so Evie discovers him and inevitably rescues him. And while trying to get out, this woman comes at them, because like I said, she's completely fucking lost it. Joe kills her, and then she comes back as a walker, but she ends up getting just locked in her bunker while Evie and Joe make a run for it. And so it kind of goes from there. They form this friendship that they were not planning on and everything. And so that kind of brings a close to that tale of The Walking Dead, that particular story. Going on into episode 2, it was a different way to do this. They did this whole Groundhog Day kind of thing where these two characters, Blair and Gina, played by Parker Posey and Jillian Bell, they are repeating the same day over and over. This is early on in the apocalypse. This is actually before Atlanta falls. And they are, one of them, Parker Posey, is this other woman's boss, and they kind of get into this time loop where they just keep repeating the same day over and over, the same few hours over and over, where they inevitably die every time by this tanker explosion because people are freaking out because the world is ending, and people are lined up to get their gas and everything, and this tanker comes in to fill up this gas station, and this Gina chick tries to steal it, and every single time, somehow, it explodes and kills her and this Blair woman because she's confronting her for ditching out of work and everything. And so it's just several times they end up just killing each other through either it inevitably is the explosion, but they might get bit by a walker or shot or whatever it is. So they finally get to a point where they have repeated the day several times, and they just kind of have given up, and they kind of figure if they go their separate ways, maybe the time loop will break, and it doesn't work out that way. So after Parker Posey in one of her time loops just says fuck it and feeds herself to a walker, she still wakes up right back where she was earlier that day, along with the other woman, and they are the only two in the whole office that actually remember repeating this over and over. All the other people in the office are like, what the fuck are you talking about? So they kind of put aside their differences, because like I said, they have failed at this over and over. So they say, fuck it, they're going to still go steal the gas tanker, and they're going to go after Gina's nieces and her brother, because that was her plan all along, was to get there and get to her family, because at this point fuel is more valuable than cash. So she's going after that, and Parker Posey's character joins her, and they get to a point where they haven't before, and they come to an overpass where they see below all these cars are backed up, people are freaking out trying to get out of the city, and then we see a herd of walkers head their way. So they take it upon themselves to take that tanker and start draining it over the side of the bridge on all these cars where all these walkers are coming through to kind of just help these people get away. And it's during that the tanker plays its part again, and as this fire's going, they're walking away from the tanker, and it does explode, but this time it doesn't kill them, and it seems the time loop is broken. So now they have to figure out how to go about living in the apocalypse, and we're left in kind of a mystery of what's going to happen to them, because as we know, each tale that they're going to tell every week is going to be a different story. Not real sure if all these stories are going to add up into one big one, or they're just going to be one and done, and then we have no fucking clue what happens to these people. So we'll just wait and see. I personally enjoyed these episodes because they were a different take, and especially with this time loop episode where they'd never done anything like that in previous iterations of The Walking Dead with Fear and the flagship show and all these webisodes and everything else that they've done. So it was a little different, and it was entertaining at the same time. So I would say, check them out if you get the chance. Just being, not to say a hardcore Walking Dead fan, but I do enjoy the show, and I'll probably stick with it until they're all completely done. So that being said, I hope you enjoyed this little breakdown / review, and if you enjoyed it, please subscribe, please leave comments, please leave thumbs up. Any kind of feedback helps me to make the channel better for you guys, and that's what I want to do. I want to provide you guys with with quality shit. So until next time, guys, I will see you later.